Hey guys, it's VarietyDiffers, and it happened again. My phone stopped recording because I ran out of space because it was going on 15 minutes, 16 minutes. It was going on 16 minutes. June recommendations, and I was like, okay, we're almost done. I was literally finishing the video, and it was like, nope. So we're redoing it. But let's get to it. It's June recommendations. It's due. It's time. It's almost in June. It's June 24th. I'm filming at 11 at night because I have no time management. But let's get to it. So the first thing is a game, and I always disclaimer. Let me do the disclaimer. Don't go buy the game. Don't go buy the music. Like if I tell you, just look it up on YouTube or Spotify or whatever. And if you have Netflix, good, because I'm gonna recommend shows. Watch the shows I recommend if you want to. You don't have to. I'm not pressuring you to do this. And then the book, get it from the library if you have a library card, or if you can buy it if you want to, but I'm not pressuring you to do this. Just, these are recommendations. You don't have to, is what I'm saying. But anyway, starting with the game. I always start with games, if I remember correctly. That's the first thing I always start with, and this game is one of my favorite games. I love it, and it's a really good game. It's a first-person shooter, and it's a story-based first-person shooter. It's Halo 5, and this was my first Halo game, so I didn't know much about it, like about past games, so I can't compare it story-wise or mechanics-wise or gameplay-wise to like other Halo games, because this is my first one. So go look at a professional for that. But this is one of my favorite games, and I just finished it this month on easy, because my first time playing a Halo game and my first time playing a first-person shooter at the time when I started this. Don't judge me. But I love this game to death, and I really enjoy it. So check it out. Check out playthroughs if there people do playthroughs on this. If you want to spend money, go ahead. I'm not pressuring you to. Please don't take my word on you as pressuring. But anyway, that was number one. Number two on June recommendations is a show. Well, it's two shows, and I have no clue how I haven't mentioned either of these shows. Well, I understand I haven't mentioned Blue Exorcist, which is one of the shows, because I just started watching it. And I finished watching it like a week or two ago. But the other one, Your Lie in April, is a show I finished last month, and I don't know how I didn't include it in May recommendations. So I'm including it in June recommendations because that's one of my favorite shows of all time. Both of these are one season, and their endings. Well, Your Lie in April's ending was great. One of the best endings I have seen by far. And I suggest it to you. It's tear-jerking, so if you don't want to cry while watching it, don't, because I cried like 95% of the time while watching that show, and it's only one season, so yeah. But check it out if you want to. It's on Netflix. Both of these are on Netflix. The other one is Blue Exorcist, and that's a really good show. I cried, which most people probably don't do, but hey, it's a show I can cry. And it's only one season. Both of these are only one season. The ending was kind of bittersweet for my liking. It was okay compared from what I think was okay compared to what other people might say about it. But they could have expanded on the ending for like a few more episodes, seeing as the episodes were only half an hour. They could have expanded just a bit more on the ending, especially in the last episode. It seemed kind of rushed. Like towards the end, it seemed kind of rushed, and I'd like them to expand on the ending a bit. But that's it. That's about it. Otherwise, it was a really good show, and I love the characters to death, and I miss it. I miss watching that show because it was good, and I marathoned it in one night, basically. So I started like 2 a.m. and I watched from 2 a.m. until 4 a.m. Not right. I started at like 10 p.m. and then I watched until I went to bed, which was 4 a.m. And then the next day I had Comic-Con, so I went to Comic-Con. And then when I came home, I finished it. So, yeah. It took me about one day to finish it. So the next thing that we have on June recommendations is an album. Well, albums. There's 2 of them, and it's the exact same albums I recommended in the last month because I really want you to read these, listen to these albums. You can listen to both of them on YouTube, and they're great albums. The first one is Misadventures by Pierce the Veil, and I love this band and this album to death. I haven't listened to like one album of theirs, and I really want to, so I can't say that they're my favorite band yet, but they're up there. They're definitely up there, and I love them to death. And then the other album is, wait, I'm wearing a Pierce the Veil shirt. But anyway, the other album is Wiped Out by The Neighborhood. I recommended this last month. I did a video on this last month, but it's one of my favorite albums by them. I'm not sure how it places like overall because I've listened to so many albums and I own so many albums, but we're not gonna go into that. But yeah, please listen to them. They're great. You'll thank me if you're into that kind of music, because I am. And I love these albums, I love these bands. So yeah, check them out if you want to. So an old song, which is number 4, an old song that I've listened to is on one of my favorite albums by Fall Out Boy. If you go back to April/March recommendations, I mentioned this album. I don't know how to pronounce it. The translation is Medicine 2, which is a sickness, which is really interesting in my opinion, the sickness itself, and how they chose to name the album that. And the song is Tiffany Blues, and it's one of my favorite songs on the album. I don't know how to list the songs in order from favorite to least favorite because I don't want to do that. I'm that kind of person. I think they're all like equally up there, and none of them are like rated that far down my list. But anyway, that's it for that genre. And the next song has a lot of songs, and I think this is why like my last recording of this video kind of went over. So I'm gonna try and explain this in shorter time. So the new songs, I have 4 songs, and the first one is Heathens by 21 Pilots. So this was released like 2 or 3 days ago, maybe last week, I'm not sure. My time is jumbled. It's just like my inner clock is just out the window. Like if there was a house and there was a clock, the clock would, like there's this house here, right? The clock isn't that house. The clock is now in the Atlantic Ocean, and it's like sinking. That's how far away it is. Yeah. So Heathens by 21 Pilots, great song. Love the lyrics, love the beat, love the band. I've worn a shirt, but that is 21 Pilots band shirt in multiple videos. So I love this band to death. I love them so much. So Heathens, it's for Suicide Squad, and to be honest, that and the Panic at the Disco cover is the only reason I want the Suicide Squad album. But so I'll probably just buy the songs individually. But anyway, like a day or 2 after they leaked the song, the video came out, and the video reminded me of Fairly Local. The same video, like the color scheme and the setting, because I don't want to spoil anything because I'm not that type of person, but the setting was kind of similar to Fairly Local. So if you like that video, check it out. I'm not saying that the song, like the lyrics and the beat are anything similar, because they're not. Like not one 21 Pilots song to me sounds similar to another. So yeah. The next song is Gold Medal Ribbon on the album Misadventures by Pierce the Veil. And this has to be like up there on my list in the band. And on the album, this is one of my favorite songs. It's like number 4 or 5. And it's so sad. The lyrics are so sad, but I love it to death because of that, and the guitar is great. And I love it. But the reason why it's so sad, because if you know the backstory to the song, like if I'm correct, if my sources are correct, this song, the lyrics are about the lead singer and the lyricist, if I'm correct, ex-girlfriend or girlfriend, I'm not sure, I'd have to check, how she passed away, and then I think they were high school sweethearts, and then how the girl, like Golden Ribbon is a Baskin Robbins flavor, how the girl would always order that at Baskin Robbins whenever they went, and that's why he named it that, and he made it about her. And if you listen to the lyrics, if you read the lyrics and while you're listening to the song, you realize just how sad the song is and how it is about that. But yeah, great song, and I love it to death. The next one, the next one is Single by The Neighborhood. It's on Wiped Out. I mentioned this in my Wiped Out video, and I love it because of the guitar. It's on point. The guitar is so great, and the lyrics are so great, and the vocals are so great. So check it out. And then the final song for this genre is Somebody Else by 1975. I'm not sure the full name of the album that it's on, but either way, it's a great song. And the lyrics are really great. I don't know all the lyrics, so I can't exactly say what it's about, but the lyrics are great, and the vocals are great, and the guitar is great. And I think there's keyboards in that one, if I'm correct. I haven't listened to it in a while, but I still love it. And those have to be great too, let's face it. So the next genre is a book. For the next thing on the list is a book, and it's number 6. And it's A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith, and I have it here. And it's semi-old, yeah, because the author either died or stopped writing in 1972. So you know it's old when this is a book. But I'm not even halfway through, but so far it's a really good book, and I love it. And I can't wait to finish it. So I suggest it too. Get it from the library. Buy it if you want to. You don't have to. But yeah, check it out. And the final thing is a song lyric. The final thing is a song lyric, and this is number 7. It's a song lyric. It's a lyric from the song Bittersweet by Panic! At the Disco, and sadly you can't get this song from anything other than YouTube and maybe Spotify, because I'm not sure. I don't use Spotify. But Bittersweet is a song that if you pre-ordered the album Vices and Virtues from iTunes, you got this. It might have been the Deluxe album. You got this song as a bonus. And since I was into them back then, I did not get this song. So it's a bummer, really. And same thing with the Deluxe album. You couldn't get any of the Deluxe songs on Vices and Virtues unless you bought the Deluxe album back when they still had it, which is kind of a bummer. But anyway, the lyric is, "You became as clear as cellophane, my voice of reasoning. I don't think I can take the way you make me out to be." And I'm not singing that song. I'm not singing the lyric because I'm off key and there's no beat and there's nothing. But it's such a good lyric. I really like it, and I love Panic! At the Disco. They're one of my favorite bands. But yeah, that's my favorite lyric, and I want to upload this video, so that's it for June recommendations. And forewarning, July recommendations might be late because I'm going on vacation or holiday, if you fancy, throughout July, so I'm not going to post anything. I'm not going to post anything for a while. This should be the last video I post unless I come up with anything, like with any ideas, but I don't think I will. So like, comment, subscribe if you want to. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.